Hey Card Pack, this is Justin Holiday of the Indiana Pacers. Welcome to the Sports Card Consultant Show. First of all, you better get my rookie card. It's gonna blow up. Second, thanks for supporting the show and being awesome. Enjoy.
Hey, what's going on, Card Pack? Today we're going to look at the top 10 basketball cards going down. Now that's really valuable to look at because you can find some real good deals, especially this time of year, if you find the cards that are going down and buy them on sale. Not that they're all on sale, not that they're all good buys, but we're going to dive deep into that and take a closer look. I want to remind you, check out the podcast. You want to hear this on this recording on audio. Join the Card Pack newsletter. It's free. I send out the cards that I think are buys from these videos. It gets sent out to the Card Pack about 30 minutes to an hour before the video gets published. Join the Sports Card Society. It's only $12.99 a month. It's like 40 cents a day or $130 a year. I send my absolute best sports card pick of the day out to the Sports Card Society members. I actually publish it in a video format, about a 5-minute video usually. I show the card, I show all the reasoning why and the research, and also what I plan on doing with it. Do I plan on selling it as a short-term flip, as a long-term hold? What is it? For instance, in January, I recommended this chipper here, and we were getting it for around $70. Here it is in March, going for $180. This Kobe, we were getting it for about $160 actually in January, but there it is for $180. Here it is at $600 in March. We were getting this LeBron for around $175 in January. Here it is in March. So, I mean, it's not like the members buy every card I recommend, not even close. But, you buy one or two a month. And in January, if all you did is just buy this LeBron card, you paid for way more than your entire month of the society and made quite a nice profit. And I expect this card to continue to go up, even though LeBron just got hurt. This is a card to hold on to long term. This is an iconic card. There's also members get access to a private Discord group, which is just an excellent community of people, way better than any free Discord you're going to get in, because these people actually pay to be there and they're serious sports card investors. It's excellent. And if you want to learn how I'm able to find these cards, what my methods are, get the Delta Factor course. Link for everything in the description. By the way, the Delta Factor, you get a couple bonuses too. You get a free month of the Sports Card Society and you get a whole year of access to the private Discord. So this Delta Factor, it's about 3-4 hours of content, about 7-8 videos, and I really go over how I find buy signals and stuff like that. And it's really valuable. It's how I'm able to find winner after winner after winner. I lay it all out in the Delta Factor. Let's dive into the content. Links for everything in the description. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I really want to get to 3,000 subscribers before the month is up. I don't know if we can do it, but help a guy out. Hit the subscribe button. Let's do this. Click that notification bell and lightly tap that like button. Here we are in the Market Movers tool. I went to price movements by card, pulled up basketball in the grade PSA 10. By the way, I've been getting some comments about why do I only look at PSA 10s. I look at PSA 10s in these videos because PSA 10s are what set the market. Everything else in the market is determined off the price of the PSA 10s. Now, with for instance, just as a general rule, like a PSA 9 will be about 1/3 of a PSA 10. Generally speaking, a BGS 9.5 will be about half of a PSA 10. So that's why I look at the PSA 10s, because the entire market is set off of the PSA 10. I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps you in your future decisions. So here we are. We looked them up over the last 7 days. You can see the top two here. LeBron, who seems like he has a high ankle sprain now. I expect his cards to be taking a dip, but I don't see any reason why the Lakers don't make the playoffs. I don't see any reason why LeBron and AD aren't back by the playoffs. So there may be a really good buying opportunity coming up. I'm willing to bet LeBron cards are going to dip, and that excites me. Anyways, so his 2018 contenders is the first one we're looking at. It's number 1 on the list. It's down 40% on the week. Pop count of only 331. You guys know how I feel about Lakers LeBron James cards. They're bipolar. Cool card though. I think contenders in general is an underrated set. I think the cards are super cool. I really do. I think they're underrated as hell. Here we go. Started the week at 102, done nothing but go down. This is even before he rolled his ankle. Latest sale of 61. Let's pull this one back 60 days. See if there's any way that I would buy this card. If he didn't just roll his ankle, I might. Well, this one is not as erratic as most of the Lakers LeBron James. This one's actually much more steady. There it was pretty flat. Then it went up in March. And it's kind of been coming down. I expect it to go down even more since he rolled his ankle. Had he not rolled his ankle, I probably would have been a buyer on this. And probably would have been looking to sell it around the beginning of the playoffs. But with him rolling his ankle, I'll probably wait if I were to buy this one. But God, that's cheap. It's already $60. I mean, imagine being able to get this for like $40. It costs like $100 to grade a card now. We have to start really factoring that in. How much it costs to get a damn card graded. We have to really start factoring that in. So this card, I'd probably be a hold on it. Next, PJ Washington, 2019 Prism. Pop count of 1098, down 26% on the week. PJ Washington, I believe, had a really big game or several really big games. I can't remember. Just a second, let me get some coffee. And that caused his cards to surge. I'm going to pull this back actually 30 days. So you can see the surge that happened. See, here it was 30 days ago, $50. Down here at 34, and then it spiked up to $80 at the beginning of the month. And then it's been kind of teetering down. I would have sold up here. I would have sold around here because it's PJ Washington. I mean, no offense, PJ. I mean, you beat me at basketball, that's for sure. And you're a professional player, cool. And the Hornets, I think, will probably make the playoffs. But you're not the star of that team, and I just don't see the upside being there, and I would have sold up here. Maybe I end up buying this card as it goes down a bit lower, maybe. But then I'd be looking to sell it around the beginning of the playoffs because the Hornets, where are they? They're number 6 right now, so I think there's a good chance they make the playoffs. But I sell everything before the playoffs start. That's what I do. Darren Fox, number 3 on the list, 2017 Prism, down 25% on the week. Pop count of 1991. What's up, Fox? Now, the Kings, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. They're just not that good of a team. Let's pull him back 60 days. I doubt I'm a buy on this. I'm just wondering if I'm a seller or a hold. Honestly, I don't know where you got it at. Depends where you got it at. If you got it like, $300 or something, or even $250. Honestly, I would probably, because I don't think you would have crazy paid for this card. I don't know. If you got it for like $250 or less, I'd probably sell it, and I'd just take that money and buy something else that's going to go up before the playoffs. That's what I would do. Just cut my losses on this. Because you have to be able to do that. You can't win on every single card. You just can't. You have to know where your stop loss is. But it's not just that. It's about the timing too. Like right now, basketball cards are going to start to go up, come April. And I mean, I think their trajectory will really start to go up as the playoff certainty becomes more clear, or at least play in for the playoff spots. And Sacramento's just not going to be there. Darren Fox is a good player, but I don't see it. I would probably sell and put it into something else that's going to go up, of a more star player. That's what I'd do. But if you paid $350, it's a tough spot. Maybe you hold it, and you just got to hold it until the beginning of next season. And then if you want to make some profit, sell it at the beginning of next season. So I'm a holder or sell on that one. Next on the list, Jarrett Culver, 2019 Prism, down 25%, pop count 815. This boy plays for my Timberwolves. Timberwolves are terrible. That's always. Some people are probably don't even ever think of the Timberwolves as being a team, because they're just, ever since Kevin Garnett left, they've just been trash. I don't think they've even come close to making the playoffs once. Anyways, this card started the week at 35, then had a high sale, 43, went down to 29. This is his rookie. Let's pull it back 60 days. Culver. There's a chain of fast food restaurants called Culver's. I've only seen them in the Midwest, Minnesota, Wisconsin, stuff like that. For some reason, I think of that. But by the way, before I made this video, I was watching Horrible Bosses 2. God, those movies are funny. I forget how funny they are. So funny. Like I found myself just laughing so many times, and I didn't expect that. Because I've seen it. I haven't seen it in a while, but I saw it a good number of times, and like Jennifer Aniston, her being she's talking to, because Charlie gets shot, and so it's at the end of the movie, and then he is in a coma for a while and wakes up, and his wife comes in, oh hi honey, hi, and then behind her comes Jennifer Aniston, who is always trying to have sex with him, like that's like her big goal, because she's just this massive hornball, and and she just seems different, and he ends up talking with her quick, and she's like, yeah, there's lots of coma boners. so she had sex with him while he was in a coma. And it's just like, it's Jennifer Aniston. It's just so funny that that's just so, it's just not what you would expect. It's just so funny. You've never seen her play a character like that. And then every character is hilarious. It's so funny. And then they did the outtakes after that. I just caught the last 20 minutes of the movie. I'm going to have to watch the whole thing, probably the first one over again, too. God, they're all so funny. Anyways, leave a comment. If you haven't seen Horrible Bosses, you have to watch it. The first one and the second one. They're so damn funny. So funny. Anyways, I don't know why I brought that up. That's just thinking about it because it's so funny. Anyways, Jarrett Culver, listen, buddy, I'm a T-Wolves fan, but you guys aren't going anywhere. I don't see any reason why this card goes up. I'm selling or holding, depending on what I plan on doing with it. Next on the list, Cameron Johnson, 2019 Prism. Up pop count of 437, down 23.7%. He had a nice gain going on. He had, I don't know exactly why it was. I must have missed it. He must have got some more playtime or had a big game or something like that. Let's pull this back 60 days. As you can see, his card went down quite a damn bit. But over the last 60 days, it's just done nothing but overall go down. There's been some big swings. Like here it is on the 9th of February at $55. And it swings all the way up to 104 on the 16th. I don't know what happened there. And then it shoots down back to 50 on the 21st. And then it goes up to 101 on the 7th, and it's just going down. I mean, if he has a big game, maybe it shoots back up, but I don't really want to ride that train. That looks. I mean, with that being said, does he still play for the Suns? He plays for the Suns still, right? I don't know much about Cameron Johnson. If he's on the Suns, I mean, maybe there's a buy there. Maybe. Let's look up Cameron Johnson. He's just not when I think of the Suns, that's not a name that comes to my mind. Yeah, definitely still plays for the Suns. Getting about 10 points a game, 3.5 boards, 1.5 assists, playing 24 minutes. Let's go look at his game by game here because I want to see. He must have had some big games. Not really. I don't know why he spiked up so much. Did he hit a game winner or something like that? Yeah, I don't know. He's inactive right now apparently, so that's going to make these go down. Maybe this is a buy because they're actually a good team and they're going to make the playoffs. And it seems to shoot up. But you got to really pay attention to this one. So I'd be a buy on this one, with the caveat that you really got to pay close attention because it looks like eventually it'll shoot up to around $100 and you got to sell that thing fast. As a matter of fact, I would just put it up for sale right now for buy it for 50, put it up for sale for $80, $90 right now and just wait for it to hit it. $45 you can get it for. Ooh, that makes it even more enticing. Because there's just not much risk there because how much more can it go down? It just kind of can't go down much more than that. Again, it costs $100 to get a card graded anymore. That we really got to factor that stuff in. So it looks like there's some good opportunities here. I mean, listen, this is speculative because this is just he's actually on a good team that's going to make the playoffs. So I expect his cards to do better than this by playoff time. And what I would do is I would buy it and I would just put it up on eBay for sale right now for $80, $90 and just wait for someone to take it. Just kind of forget about it. Not forget about it, but you got to check it again at the beginning of May if it hasn't sold by then and decide from there. See, $45, you can't really lose there. Didn't I see one for, $50 or best offer. No, there's really only 2 to buy. The other ones are overpriced. So, I mean, yeah, I'll put a link in the description for this one. If you want to make that play or take a look at it. Brandon Clark, 2019 Prism Silver, pop count of only 496. Down 23%. This is silver for only like $100. Brandon Clark, I think Brandon Clark's a decent player. Let's go to Basketball Reference here quick. Let's wait for it to pull on up. Happy Sunday to you, by the way. Averaging about 12 points, 5.5 boards, 1.5 assists, playing 26 minutes. And Memphis, there's a good chance that they're at least in the play-in. Yeah, here we go. See, they're at number 10 right now. There's a good chance that they're at least in the play-in because, they didn't play. They've played less games than everybody. Like, at least like 4 less games than everybody. And so that puts them, their winning percentage here, 474. The next is 415. That puts, I don't know what the Grizzlies plan on doing with those 4 games they didn't play. I don't. Does anyone know? If you do, leave a comment. I haven't looked into that. But I can see them. I can definitely see them getting in the playoffs. That's for damn sure. And, he's a pretty productive player, Brandon Clark. It seems kind of wild to me that his silver is only like $100. I mean, it's done nothing but go down. No, it looks almost kind of flat here, actually. You see what I mean? Here it was at 99, and then it went up to 142, then 200. I probably wouldn't count that one. That's probably some kind of outlier dummy. And then 146, and it's went down to 112. Let's go look. I mean, these are speculative buys here. These are quick flips. These are flips for sure. You get some coffee quick. Let's line this up. Buy it now. Let's see here. Where's your silver, buddy? Where is it? Gotta get to the hundreds probably. That's a draft one. Mosaic silver. That's interesting. Let's see if we can even find one for around that price. See, we're not. 154. Yeah. So definitely not a buy on this one. If you can sell it for 154, sell it. Because I was hoping to buy it for around 100 and wait for it to get to maybe 150, 175 and flip it. Because it's being a silver like that, I just can't see it going much under $100. He's a relevant player on a team that is on fringe playoff, but currently in a play-in spot for the playoffs. Next on the list is the 2019 Luka Prism, pop count of 4230, down 20% on the week. I'm going to immediately pull this one back 60 days. As this card, it started the week at 121, and then it's went down to basically $100. I looked at this card yesterday, and because for sales volume, this one was really on there, and I like it as a buy at like $100, and I still like it today as a buy for the same reasons. It was down a lot when I did it on the video yesterday, and the same reason. I would be a buy on this. It's Luka. It seems to be. Look where it is in price. It's around $100. I don't see it really going much below that, but I see it having some good upside because. Here's the Mavericks, number 8, 6-4, so they went on a little bit of a slide, but they've been really picking it up and doing better. And Luka's obviously been tearing it up. The other day he had like a 38 point, I think it was a triple double, or maybe he was like 1 assist short of a triple double. He's so goddamn productive. $100 for a second year Prism, pop count of only 4230. Obviously not as much demand for this as his rookie, but a quarter of the pop count too. And a lot of people just aren't going to dish out the money for the 2018 for the rookie. I like this. As they go in, I could very much see it getting up to, $150. It just seems like that to me. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe you can only get up to like 125. In that case, it wouldn't really be worth it. But let's take a look on eBay what we can find them for. Let's sort it. But nah. So here's one for 109. I think yesterday they were even better prices. There were some, I swear, that were just straight up listed for like $99 or less. Any of these got best offers on them? You guys might have bought them all. Or someone did. because I don't like these prices. So I wouldn't be a buy at those prices, so I won't leave a link in the description for that one. Today, so far, there has not been many cards that I would buy. The only one would really be, oddly enough, which I'm kind of surprised to say, this Cameron Johnson. That's because he's not a good team. And as we get into the playoffs, I see these going. This isn't going to be some cash windfall, but this could be a nice gain here, that Cameron Johnson. Next on the list, Kobe White 2019 Prism Silver, down 19% on the week, pop count of 1,043. In case you don't know what pop count means, it means, in this case, this card, in the grade PSA 10, how many of them exist. So the pop count population report is 1,043. That's how many exist currently. And I don't expect these numbers to change much, because this card's not really worth enough for someone to spend $100. Although they could send it in on value and just wait a year plus to get it back, which I think a lot of people will begin doing and just bite that bullet. I'm going to end up doing it on some, but it's insane to me to think that I'm going to send a card in that I have to just keep my money in, no matter what happens with it, for this company to put it in a piece of plastic slab and put a number on it and get it back to me in like a year or more. It's just, right? Because this is right now, like I send out a basketball card right now. This isn't the time of year I want to get a basketball card back. You know what I mean? If it comes back to me in a year, I want to get it back before the season starts. But I'm not going to pay the money for this. Overall, this Kobe White, like, it looks like it's going down, and it is. But as you can see from the 20th of February, where it was $337, it went up to like $419. Now it's going for today $300. So it hasn't really changed that much in a month. Now, where are the Bulls in the playoff hunt? They're in the play-in. Okay, they are in the play-in spot right now. Because again, this year for the playoffs, the number 7 through 10 spots are all going to play against each other for, I don't know if it's just a one-game thing. I don't remember. But they're going to play against each other to see who gets the actual 7 and 8 spot in the playoffs. So I would be selling before then. Kobe, that's interesting to me. I could definitely see this card going over $400. I didn't think I'd be saying this. I'm not the biggest Kobe White fan. I'm not like a Kobe White hater or anything like that. I'm just not the biggest fan. Maybe at these prices I like it a lot more. I mean, obviously here I am looking at it. And you know, for the society, when I send them a card, I dig into this data so much deeper. Like over here, you can look at tons of different cards of his. Kobe White, for example. I could select a bunch of different cards and pull them up on this chart. I could select a bunch of different variations from every single set. But we're just doing, silver right now. I can select multiple grades. We're only doing PSA 10 right now, but I can select multiple. This Market Movers tool, it's by far the most important thing I use in sports card investing. Like, it's just not even close. I can compare so many cards to each other and see their behavior, see their pricing, see what they've done, where I think they're going. Like, you need to have this if you're serious about sports card investing. So I'll put a link in the description for the Market Movers tool. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off your first month or your first year. Every single thing that I promote on this channel, I fully support and I use. I'm not just saying that. There's so many damn things that I could promote, right? So why not just choose the things that actually work, that will actually help you, that I actually use? Obviously I use the hell out of this thing. Every video you watch, I'm using it. But you should see what I do to really dig in, use these tools and make comparisons and look at data to find my really, really good card buys that I share with the Sports Card Society. They see them because I give them a video saying, hey, here's the card I'm picking. Here's why. This chart's been doing this. Here's what I found. Here's what I found. Here's what I think it's going to do. Here's why I think that. Here's what I plan on doing for my exit strategy. Like what I tell you, okay, this card, if I buy it, I'm going to plan on selling it around the playoffs. It's so important to know what your exit strategy is going to be. You need to have a plan for what you're going to do with that card. If you buy a LeBron rookie, what's your plan? You just going to hold it forever? Understandable if you want to. It's LeBron. I get it. Or are you looking to move in and out of LeBron rookie cards? Are you looking to, buy that Topps Chrome at $15,000, which you easily could have done in December, and then wait for it to go up because you have a good amount of certainty, and the data shows you, and the historical data and charts like this show you what kind of pattern that card runs in. And you're like, I think that card's going to go up a good amount, and I'm going to kind of try to sell it around where I think the top is, because you can kind of tell, because it'll start kind of going down. The certain things will plateau. And so you're like, all right, I buy the LeBron Topps Chrome Rookie. I'm going to hold it forever. And you can. That's fine. I understand it. You can. I don't hate on you if you do that at all. But you can also buy it and sell it for 40 grand. If when it gets up to 40 grand, you have to know, like, all right, this card is tripled. Its market cap, which is something I talk a lot about in the Delta Factor. Market cap is a big thing. If you don't know what market cap is, and this is just a very simple explanation, it is the number of cards in existence times the value of one card. So the value currently of this Kobe White, the market cap, would be $300 times 1,043. That would be the market cap. And looking at those and learning how to compare that stuff from a player's different cards and different players' cards, stuff like that, and different sets. There's all different kinds of things you can do. They really give you an idea of where cards are and where they can go reasonably. So like that LeBron James rookie, like if you buy that Topps Chrome for $15,000 in December, and then you flip it for $40 in February, you didn't know it was going to go to 40, but it did, and you pay attention to the market cap, and you learned the things I showed you in the Delta Factor. If you ever got the Delta Factor, you would know that, hey, this is probably about the top for now, because this card is just tripled. This market cap is ginormous, because it would be 40,000 times 2,000, because that's about how many are in the pop count of that LeBron James Topps Chrome rookie. And what's the market cap on that off the top of my head? What's 40,000 times 2,000? Let's see, 40, 400, 4 million. Wait, let me think real quick. Okay, 40,000. All right, 40,000 times 2,000 would be, let's see, times 10 would be 400,000. Times 100 would be 4 million. So times 1,000 would be 40 million. 2,000 would be 80 million. So the market cap on that LeBron James card, just the PSA 10, would be over 80 million actually at that time. And you got to realize that card just went from like 25 million market cap to 80. That's a lot. That's like, and you look at it just like the stock market. And again, I explain it a lot deeper and go a lot further in the Delta Factor. Plus you get these bonuses. Seriously, go get it. You get a free month of the society and a whole year of the private Discord. But the market cap, just like with stocks, and really just keep listening to what I'm saying here. This is very valuable. Like, for instance, in the stock market, like Apple right now. Apple, MacBooks, iPods, iPhones, stuff like that. Although, do they even make iPods anymore? They probably just make that little nano one. Their market cap, which means the value of each share times the number of all the shares in existence, is about 2 trillion. Now, if all of a sudden Apple shoots up to 3-4 trillion, which is just not going to happen because it's so humongous. It's the bigger the market cap, the harder the price is, the harder it is for the price of each individual share to go up. It's much harder for a LeBron James Topps Chrome rookie at 40 grand with pop count of 2,000 plus, to double in price than it is for a LeBron James rookie with 100 pop count to double in price. Actually, it's easier if you have a LeBron James rookie card that's only a pop count of 100. Depending on what the individual price is, if the individual price is $1 million, yeah, that's going to be hard for that to double. Harder. But say you find a LeBron James rookie card that's a pop count of 100 and it's only going for $1,000 compared to the LeBron James Topps Chrome, which has a pop count of 2,000, so 20 times as many in existence as this other one, and it's going for 40 grand, going for 40 times more. Doesn't it make sense to invest in the $1,000 100 pop count LeBron? Because it's so much easier, because the market cap of that card would be only like $100,000. It's so much easier for that card's market cap to go from 100,000 to $1 million than it is for that Topps Chrome to go from 80 million to 160 million. Are you with me? I hope so. I mean, it's a lot of numbers. If you're in sports card investing, you got to be decent with numbers. And that's really what I show you in the Delta Factor. That's really what I do in all of my analysis. And that was just a little bit of a share thing here. So we're going to go into this Kobe White, and I'm going to think about that. Because the market cap on this is about $300,000. $300 times 1,043. We'll just call it 300,000 as the market cap. And up here, the market cap at $750 a share per card was $750,000. So it's not crazy to me to think that this card can go up to 500 because it'd only be going from 300,000 to 500,000. It's easy for the card to do, especially if some hype comes in and they get into a play-in spot. Maybe he does something well. So let's go to eBay and take a look. It's Sunday. I wanted to give a little bit extra because this strategy, these philosophies, these pieces of education are what really make the difference in your sports card investing. Thinking about market caps and things like that I talk about in the Delta Factor is so valuable, and by far most sports card investors don't think about that at all. Because the market cap really limits or supports how high an individual card's price can go. So let's look at Kobe on eBay here. And it's a silver. It's not a super low pop count for a silver. There's 1,000 of them. But it is a silver, and silver just has more demand. So let's try to find one. As a matter of fact, let's just go up here and type in 2019 Prism Kobe White PSA 10. My guess is it's number 253. And, but I didn't put in silver. Here we go. What was the latest sale? 300. That was probably just a regular Prism. That's not a silver. You got to be careful. Even though it says silver, you got to look here. It would say silver right here on the tab, like it does here. Silver Prism. This is legit. So the lowest one for sale is 400. I'm not a buyer at 400. At 300, I would have been. He's a good enough player. We got some auctions going on. Maybe this one sticks around. So I won't be putting a link in the description to this one because the buy it nows they're just not there. And I don't want to have you hang around for auctions. But I hope you understood that about market caps. It is extremely, there's a lot more stuff again that I talk about in the Delta Factor, plug, that help you determine what a card's upside is and when to get in and when to get out. And where the real values are. Anthony Simons, next on the list. 2018 Prism Silver, pop count of 907, up 18%. No, down 18% on the week. Anthony Simons. Started the week at 164, had a high 225, went down to 134. Let's pull him back 60 days. We're pulling you back 60 days, Anthony. How you feel about that? God, Horrible Bosses is so funny. So funny. So I'm going to completely ignore whatever the hell happened here. Completely ignore this. I don't know what happened there. But this card's been steadily going down. Does Anthony, let's see how he's done on the year so far. Whew. Little lag. Let's take a look at you, Anthony. How you like me now? That was a song at the end of the Horrible Bosses too. It's just so funny. And Jamie Foxx's character, I don't want to say his name on here, but you probably know his name on the show. It's just so funny. All these interactions. As a matter of fact, when I'm done with this video, I'm probably going to go watch it because it's so funny. 8.1 points, 2.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, playing 16 minutes. Did he have a big game or something like that 60 days ago? I'm not even going to look. Although they're good, he's on a good team, though. So you really got to factor in these players being on a good team this time of year. Yeah, look at that, 26. back in 60 days ago. That was probably what that big spike was about. He did 16, then 26, then 14. So he had a nice little run there, and he has been not productive. Didn't even play in the last 3 games. I didn't mean to close that. Anyways, I don't think I'd be. God, so cheap. Can you really get this for $100? God, you make me like these are straight up. These are straight up flips. Straight up flips. Totally just be looking to flip these. These are a little bit of a hot potato. No, 100. No, I thought it would be like literally $100. So I'm not buying that. I'd be holding it. That's what I'd be doing, because he's not a good team. They're gonna make the playoffs. Where's Portland sitting in the West right now? Number 6. They're gonna make the playoffs. Yeah, they probably won't even be a play-in. They'll just straight up make the playoffs. And the last guy on the list is Kevin Porter Jr. 2019 Prism pop count of 1564, down 18% on the week. Now, this is a guy who had a really big shoot up, and several days ago I was saying you got to sell him, and a good number of you gave me some flack for that, really standing up being the Kevin Porter Jr. supporters. And I wasn't talking just because I say sell a player or sell a card doesn't mean the player sucks. It's just about the timing of the market, and the timing showed me sell it, because it's so hard for it to go up any higher. It's going to go down. But it's only 1 week that it went down. Well, you watch this card over the next several weeks. It's going to keep going down. I mean, unless he has really big games here and there, but it's just hard, because down here, nobody was paying attention to him. Very few people were paying attention to him. You hardcore Kevin Porter Jr. supporters, you were paying less attention than you normally do, because he'd been stuck in the G League. He's had a really hard last several months with the gun and pot charges and getting kicked off the Cavaliers and the locker room issues. And then the Rockets just reluctantly took him and put him in the G League. So he got massively demoted. His career was not on the up, even though he's a good player. But he at least stayed out of trouble for a while and played well in the G League, and then got a shot. And then, of course, this card shot up from like $80 to $180, where I said, sell this card, because it's just not going to go up much higher than this. Not this year. The Rockets are terrible. They're super terrible. Let's look at their record just so that we can agree. They are almost last in the West, 11-29. They are no chance of making the playoffs. They are terrible. They are straight up terrible. They lost how many games in a row? There's just nowhere for this card to go. Like I said, sell it. Even here, 148, sell it. It's going to go lower. I think it's going to go to around $100. Sell it. And buy it back later when it's cheaper. You don't need, unless you just want to hold it and you're a KPJ collector and supporter and you just want to hold it because you just don't want to buy it again later, go ahead. But you could make money now and buy it for half the price in, latest case scenario in the off season. In the off season, it'll probably go to like $80. Just saying. Your call. So I'm a sell on this one for sure. And he was last on the list. There was only 2 cards that I would buy. Usually when I do these going downs, usually there's more that I'm buying because I think there's some opportunity there, especially this time of year, but not here because a lot of this was recorrections. PJ Washington, this is a recorrection from him getting too high. Darren Fox, Culver. Cameron has been going down for a while, so that's one that I actually put in there into possible buys. And then, of course, this is Luka. I think this is a good opportunity. Brandon Clark, you could argue, was a good opportunity. Kobe White, I thought was a good opportunity, but you just couldn't find one for sale around 300. The lowest I could find was 400. And Anthony Simons, Kevin Porter, just you're too high. You still got some correction to do to go down, and your team is terrible. And Anthony Simons, you're just kind of boring. So that's what I got for you there. Make sure you check everything out. We got the podcast, the Card Pack newsletter, the Sports Card Society. Here's some winners. There's some winners. And, of course, the Delta Factor. Learn how I find all that stuff. Really learn a lot more about market caps and these different buying signals and different pieces of data and research to really just identify cards. When I started sports card investing, I just bought what everyone else bought. I really didn't know what I was doing. But over time, I really developed strategies and learned how to interpret data, which, of course, Market Mover's tool by far is the most valuable thing I use. Link for this also in the description with the discount code, which is 20% off your first month of your first year. I always want to be clear about that. It's not 20% off indefinitely. It's 20% off your first purchase, which is either your first month or your first year. Obviously, you get a much bigger discount buying the year. And I suggest you do that because this thing is, I don't know how people do sports card investing without it, but you get the bonuses with the Delta Factor 2, free month at the Society, and then a year in the private Discord, which I cannot say enough good things about. In terms of what a community of people. Because if you go into free Discords, there's a lot of chumps in there. A lot of people that just want to walk in and sound smart and have nothing attached to the community and just spout crap and just talk smack. And it's not fun. This is an excellent community, and I'm very careful with it. That's why there's a paid wall there, and that's why it's so valuable in terms of what you actually get out of it. So, that's what I got for you today. I'll put the links in the description for the ones I thought were worth looking at. And watch Horrible Bosses. If you haven't seen either of the Horrible Bosses movies, check them out. They are so funny. Not necessarily great for kids to watch because there's a lot of swearing, It's not like there's not like gore or anything like that. There's a lot of swearing and like adult stuff, but it's so funny. They are so damn funny. God, they're funny. I remember when I went to Horrible Boss. Me and my mom went to it actually years ago. She was in town for a day or two, and so we went to a movie because we wanted to see that one. And it just I thought it'd be funny, the Horrible Bosses one, and it just I literally laughed the entire time. When you go to a movie and you're like, all right, yeah, you have expectations for it, and then it just blows your mind in terms of its expectations. It's so rare that happens, and that was a movie that did that. It blew my expectations out of the water because it was literally one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. So funny. So check that out. And then links for everything in the description. Hit that subscribe button, man, or lady, or ma'am, or sir. Because I really want to hit 3,000 subscribers by the end of the month, and we got a little ways to go. I don't know if we can do it. Help me out. I'm here every day grinding out, sharing and giving. Please do that. Hit that notification bell so you get notified of when new videos come out, because timing is everything. When I show some cards on here, I show some data. It's important to get that stuff right away. And of course, gently tap that like button. That's just as a little thank you. I really appreciate that. Other than that, stay classy, card pack. You are awesome. I'll catch you tomorrow.